when Baba talks about purity, he's talking to the beings who are absolute in their nature. The beings that light up all the experiences, makes them knowable, experienceable. What do I really feel as my reality? As the being that is aware of all experiences, as the light that lights up all experiences, or the being that believes himself to be the nature of his experiences. Because the experience of I is the opposite of the contents of experiences. For the sake of the story that the being plays out. In fact, not even opposite, but the one that contains all the experiences within itself. Know yourself as the one who runs through all experiences and doesn't change himself. It's the same under all circumstances, in all situations, at all times. And it's the same for all. Be in love with you. Because the self is a being of love. The interest in oneself first. So much interest in oneself that the interest in the contents of experiences can exert no pull on you. In fact, so much interest in your own unchanging truth that the contents of your experience merge because of your lack of interest in them. There's a constant drama of sensations, feelings, and thoughts that's going on. Where is your interest? In yourself, the one that is aware of it, within which it dances, out of which it is made, and out of which it manifests. Is your interest in yourself that contains it all? Or the dance and the movement and change is too interesting. Once we are truly aware, knowing I can never forget myself, then we can dance a dance with all the movements, all the thinking, all the sanskars within ourselves. which would be in alignment with our truth. We'll take today's Murli. Yeah. So Baba said, true holy is to be completely pure and to harmonize Sanskars. Today, Bab Dada was seeing his holiest and highest children everywhere. Is there any soul in this world who is higher and more elevated than you are, my child? You are the child of the highest on high Father. Go around the whole cycle and see whether you can find anyone with a higher status. When you are rulers, is there anyone who has a greater kingdom than yours? With regard to how much you are worshipped and praised, is there anyone who is worshipped in to the same extent and in the correct manner? The wonderful secret of the drama is that you elevated souls in your living forms at this time know and are also aware of your worthy of worship form on the basis of knowledge. On the one side, there are your living forms, I think it should be. On the one side, there are your living forms, and on the other side, there are your non-living images of your worthy of worship forms. You can see your worthy of worship forms, can you not? Can you see them? You exist both in your non-living worthy of worship forms and your living, quote unquote, hidden, worthy of worship forms, worthy of highest regard forms. This is such a wonderful play. Why do you think Baba is saying this to you? What is his reason to make you feel your status is higher than others? Why? To
Baba,
inflate your...
sorry,
Yeah, sure, please go ahead.
Didi, Baba wants us to remain in always what we are. I am soul, that is only the reason behind it. We are not comparing with outside. Inner world is, we are free from the man is pure man now become. And it, as it is Baba, same Baba, we are like Baba only. No difference between me and Baba. That's why.
Yes. And what are the reasons? Why is Baba talking about you are the most elevated, highest, look around the cycle, you were the rulers, then you were the one who's worthy of worshipped and praised so much. No one is higher than you. Why is he doing all of this? Because if the
To
person
show
is
that nothing has changed,
to
that
show
you,
nothing,
the soul, the being, is not changed, but you have
the
played so many different parts. So
we
not
have
even
played.
get attached with this part right now and get
Uh-huh.
out of it.
Uh-huh. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
That's also
same
there.
answer. Same was thinking, and the sister Nehal's answer
Uh,
it. Yes, Baba always sees the worthy form of the souls. He always see the elevated form. That's why he says that you are my diamond child. He never see identify the mind weaknesses or other egos, but he because he never see that. He see that's why Baba every Murli he say to the soul, child, you see, you are the worthy of worship. You were
Mhm.
there. Now you are worthy, most and highest worthy. None of the founders can transform you. And I'm here to see you as, and you see as you are.
Mhm.
This
Mhm.
is the Baba give reminding us that this is just a play in your mind. You are playing according to the script is given, but you are beyond the script and everything.
Mhm. Mhm. What else? Yes, everybody's right. What else?
Yeah, sister,
Only at this, sorry.
Mhm. Yes.
I think Baba wants us to take us out of the guilt we have been facing because of, being feeling low, that we are not worthy of anything and like that. Maybe he
Uh,
wants to take us out of that feeling. Yeah.
okay. Yes. What else? There's one very important reason.
That's all
Shanti.
you can share.
Yes. Yes.
Because I feel,
Uh-huh. Yes, Sister Neha.
yeah, because I feel Baba is reminding us that we are the seeds of this whole Srishti. We are the ones who transform others as well. I think the Baba is also reminding us of our responsibility that, like you mentioned once, that one mind is connected with millions of mind. So if I start disassociating with my mind, I also liberate millions of souls who are associating themselves with their mind. So that's why Baba said, because you've taken that courage of step, and that's why you've been worshipped throughout the cycle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe because we are the Purvaj as per the Kalpa, and the Kalpa repeats itself. So we were we were asked to do this work together with Baba.
His
Mm-hmm.
role is to awaken us.
Uh-huh. Okay. Let's look at it from the perspective of the soul. Yeah. Here is Baba, and here is the soul. And here Baba is looking at the soul and talking to the soul. He's reminding the soul that do you know what are all different types of sanskaras you have within you? Not only do you have, it's like a toy shop within the being. the being thinks, oh, the only sanskaras and energies I have within me is that of copper age and iron age, doesn't remember golden age sanskaras much. Yeah? So Baba is actually reminding the being that no, within you, you have the sanskara of being the ruler of your own inner kingdom. Yeah? Do you see that you were the ruler, the greatest kingdom, then nobody has that greatest kingdom than yours? That means I must be having those sanskars of being that king that I am. Yeah?
But
So
Didi, why doesn't feel real? Why I'm not able to rule my inner kingdom? I mean, even after telling, and why copper age and iron age sanskars seems keep emerging and real.
yeah, emerging they will till the end, and Baba says they must. Right? Because as a ruler, the one who's the king, your metal, your power, your strength will only be known of your highest kingly truth of being that absolute king only when you facing these iron aged and copper aged sanskars. If you never had to face them, how would you ever know your absolute power of who you are? Yeah. So when Baba is saying that you are the ruler, what did he say? When you are the rulers, is there anyone who has a greater kingdom than yours? Now it's reminding me of my power of the absolute kingship that I have, the kingly truth of being that absolute king that I am. That's what he's reminding me. Then he's telling me with regard to how much you are worshipped and praised. Is there anyone who's worshipped to the same extent and in the correct manner? What is he reminding me? To what extent were you really living so accurately in your absolute truth at this time? It's not to inflate a
Yes.
person's ego, to make a person feel worthy in any way. If the person
No,
starts
he's
to
reminding us what the Sangam Yugi Varsa, right? Sangam Yugi inheritance, he's reminding us
yeah,
that
but
and only
Sangam
at this
Yugi
time
inheritance,
you can see it.
yeah, but what is that Sangam Yugi inheritance, right? That
That's
has to be,
Varajya, yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, Swarajya and also worthy of worship form. Every form of sanskara that is possible in you, even your copper aged worthy of worship form, he's reminding you.
Yes.
Yeah, that why were you worshipped? Somebody throws rocks at the statue and the statue is smiling. So am I aware of those sanskaras at this time? That I, the absolute king, am carrying it within me? He's reminding me of that. Because we have forgotten all of this. In the sense, we have come under the influence of our copper aged and iron aged sanskaras. So that is the reason he's reminding me, the child, remember that in the correct manner, the wonderful secret of the drama is that you, the elevated child, in your living form, at this time, so you, the soul, whilst you are experiencing your absolute truth in a living seed form, because in the home, the seed is like jada, no? Baba calls it jada. Jada ko kya bolte hain English mein? It's like dead kind of that, right? It's inert. It's more like inert in the home. But here you are a living seed. And do you understand and do you know that in your living form at this time, are you aware of your worthy of worship form at this time? Are you aware that you, that beautiful container, contains these beautiful sanskars? Use them. Use them. That is why, not to inflate my ego in any way. Oh, I am this, and this. Because it's a good point, no, to even remember, because sometimes even confluence aged versa, somewhere it is seen as, oh, I'm more elevated than others.
He is reminding us of our real version.
Yeah, but see, we have to really
It is
break it.
already in us.
Yeah, but we have to break it to understand it. Otherwise, we
Yes,
use
yes.
that language and we are just
All
trapped in
all
umbrella
the
word.
Baba like qualities we are having existing in us.
Yeah. So, no, Baba like to hai, but also for the drama,
Baba's
the kind of
qualities. Baba's qualities, our
worthy of
qualities.
worship.
Yeah,
Worthy
yeah.
of worship qualities also we have.
Yes. Right. Didi.
You know? So
ਹਾਂਜੀ.
those are the things, those sanskaras we have within us. Do I, the being, know I'm carrying all of this within me?
We keep forgetting that we are carrying this. Samskar.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is why Baba is just reminding us. So he's not, oh, feel good because you felt low for so long. Now feel good about yourself. No, not for that at all. Not for that at all.
That's why Baba in the letter of this Murli Baba says, This is the main reason you are deceived."
Yeah, that is later. Yeah. For the thoughts and all,
Yeah.
he's talking about with thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because these are the, the like, give the sometime experience this one. Yes, Baba says I'm elevated. Baba say this one, and we feel, but then next moment it just like bring it down.
Yeah,
So
but we are not feeling as a soul. We are seeing it as a person. That is why we get deceived. If the very first time you see it as a soul, there is no question of deception. We get deceived. Why? Because we think, oh, Baba is talking to me. I'm more elevated. Okay. I'm Gyani. They're Agyani. So it's okay if they did something and I'm Gyani. At least I know they don't know. Poor them.
But this applies to all, even non-Brahmins also, no? They also have all kind of sanskaras.
We are only looking at knowledge for us, for me, the
Yeah.
being. Yeah, we just don't look at anybody else. Yeah, just for me. All the knowledge applies to me, not how it applies to others. All the knowledge applies to me. Yeah, everything applies to me.
Yeah.
But Didi, here Baba is talking about that कि वो that outer rajya is just a consequence. But the real time is here. Baba is reminding you have, you know, हिंदी में बोल वो मन के राज्य मन पे राज्य किया तो वो अभी किया ना तो उसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस
That's
संगम
what we
युगी
are saying.
या
That
तो
we are saying. That it's not just the Raj, it's also what all sanskaras you are carrying within you.
Yes. So Didi, so this is for this limited, limited souls only will, वो मन पे राज्य करेंगी तो उससे रिलेटेड नहीं हुआ ये फिर कि नॉट
I will
अबाउट द
not
होल सोल
I will not look at it limited में कितने आ रहे हैं कितने नहीं. It's just me. I'm not
Baba
looking
is
at it
just talking to either soul.
either soul. Not
Baba
talking
is
to
talking Baba is talking
me.
just to the soul.
Yeah. And
This is
take it
Just
very
to
understood.
me, this.
personally. Yeah, as Sister Nehal is saying, just to me, take it very personally, just for yourself. Don't even go limited number of souls and few souls are the privileged ones. वो फिर तो वहां जाने में time ही नहीं लगता है.
नहीं we think as हम पर्सनल लेते हैं लेकिन जब ये जो ये क्वेश्चन था राइट कि why Baba is talking to those which souls I think
No, we didn't have that question. The
okay
only
maybe
question was that Baba is talking to us about why is he talking to us this way? That was the
okay
question. If you heard it or not.
but in sister, in other Murlis, related to this question is other Murli. Yes, Baba is always not only this Murli, but every Murli is he's giving the gyan to the soul, not this body. That's understood. But in some Murli, Baba says have controlling power and ruling power. So ruling power is understand how the soul use his ministers, mind, intellect, and sanskar. But the other side, if we see the controlling power, so how controlling means the soul has to control the mind. It's the same then comes as a ruling. But the control is how the mind play his role.
The thing is, again, we are getting how the mind has no life of its own to play anything.
It's not in say, but this then what is the then difference between the ruling power and controlling power?
Ruling power and controlling power, Baba is talking to the soul, not to the mind, right? Today, the
Yes.
soul is under the control of the mind. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, totally under the control of the mind. Baba first wants you to step out. So otherwise, we will listen to these words, ruling power and controlling power, also with the understanding of the language of the mind. We will understand it with the language of the mind, the way we have understood in the world what ruling power and controlling power means. What does from the language of the soul, which is silence, love, and peace, what would be the understanding of that soul of these words called ruling power and controlling power? See it from the perspective of the soul, not from the perspective of the person mind, which is listening to ruling power and the words of, because then we will listen to it from the worldly understanding of these words.
Om Shanti Didi. Didi, in this only, I would like to ask that, when sister was saying about controlling power, I also have observed that uh, there is a lack of control of emotions, especially when we talk about emotions. I don't feel they are very intense. And the more I try to control them, the more I feel that they are not in my control. Emotions, of course, is a part of mind only because through thoughts, feelings, emotions, they all are. But I think, the role of the part is and more emotional. So even after mm, understanding the knowledge and have the full clarity, there is always the emotions that win over. So how do we see this as?
The root of all is believing oneself to be a separate self, right? That is why
So,
we.
sister, no, sister, sorry, finish this, sister.
That's okay. Baba, see, later he's saying that only you souls have such an unshakable and immovable kingdom, right? And we have talked about in the previous classes that no control is the real control. When Baba has given us the knowledge of drama, it's all fixed. Who's trying to control and what are you trying to control?
But
Yeah.
sister,
So
now
in
I'm little because I read the Murli on this one and I'm little confused with
I've
this
also
one.
read the
One
Murli.
when I read it, I understood totally. When the ruling part comes, I understood. When the controlling part, then I completely lost because it looks same. See, yes, I agree with this point. Yes, as a soul then doesn't need to control the mind because when soul knows I'm the master, then I have to use them, not control them, but use them as a. But the one example was given by the some Baba has also said, for example, one soul at praising the other soul. You are look beautiful, your sari is good, yeah, this and this. But the same sister says, yes, it's good, but color doesn't suit you. Now that soul was got upset. One moment she was happy, next moment she got upset. Now at this moment, Baba say use the control power. Means if soul is awake, then there is no need to control. I know the soul just go to step back or stay silent or say thank you. It's your opinion. Thank you so much. But I couldn't understand the controlling power at this moment. I mean, is this example?
It is just look at it is when the soul is truly awake. It's like, as we say, the best way to a calm teacher in a classroom will control in the sense, will be ruling over all the minds just by its peaceful presence. Yeah. And you can be sitting there with a ruler. Yes, out of fear, you may control them for a short while. The moment you're out, they're cursing you and they're rebelling against you. True? So really what it means is, and we don't want to fall too much into the trap of every word and what this word is like. Someone asked me, what is the difference between emotion and a feeling? And this is too much of a mind talk.
No, it's not mind, it's just understanding the Baba's, how
Baba's
Baba, why Baba is saying, what is the reason. Just trying to
What
understand
Baba
more
is
Baba's.
exactly. What Baba is saying is just understand love is the way you win. Love is your nature. Acceptance is your nature. Where there is love and acceptance, naturally, everything comes under your control. They want to be ruled by a benevolent king and not a dictator. Right? A benevolent king. If I become a dictator to my mind, intellect, and sanskars, it's not I, the soul, can never become a dictator, but it's my mind which is becoming a dictator to the rest of the other things in the mind, right? Only a benevolent ruler can really rule, because that is the nature of the golden-aged king. A golden-aged king is the mother and the father to the kingdom. Yeah, they rule with love. They rule with sense of equality. They rule with sense of, they don't control there. Do they control in golden age?
No.
No. How are they as kings in golden age? Best thing is to look at golden age. How are the kings at golden age?
दिलों पर राज्य करते थे, अभी से वो दिलों पर राज्य कर रहे थे।
Beautiful. Dil par rajya karte the. Very good. They were the rulers of the heart.
But sister, in the golden age, they were just like Ichha Matram Avidya. They have no knowledge of
When does the
anything.
golden age
Vices are
start?
everything.
When is the first birth of golden age?
Already started first.
Now.
Yeah. Now, but no, but now because we have all mixed up the sanskaras, because of the we have Kaljugi sanskaras, everything
But that's
sansara
why
mixed
Baba
up.
is highlighting which ones.
Satjugi.
Is
I mean
Baba saying
original.
eternal one?
Original.
Eternal
Eternal,
and
yes.
is Baba highlighting others?
Mhm.
Why not?
Baba said, this is your reality, originality.
Yeah.
This is your truth.
And first he's saying you are a soul who's most elevated and highest. And then within you, there are all these different qualities. So Baba is very, very clear. If we really see with Baba as a being of light and not at all as a person listening to the Murli, we really not only, we all understand knowledge on an intellectual level, yes. But how many of us are really listening to it with our hearts? Because where there is heart, there will be no intellectual rationalization of everything that comes up. It's not a rational knowledge. Intellectually, rationalization is happening all the time in Brahmin family for all of us. But we really have to pay attention. I don't go in that intellectual rationalization. I stay with the heart. Then I understand the way Baba really wants me to understand, because connection with God cannot be intellectual. It can only be the relationship of a heart. Right? And that is why understanding with your heart and understanding with just an intellect are two very different things. Yeah? Very different things. Which is why we say, don't hold on to the words of the Murli, because that is the mind's nature. Go behind the feeling of those words. What is Baba meaning? What does he wants us to know about him? Why does he see only the beauty in me? And then once he's placed me in my highest form, and then he's showing me everything so that I have that power to see everything without incriminating myself with those things. Because he wants me to see everything, but he wants me to see it from whilst I'm sitting in his heart. And then from there, he wants me to see everything. Right? So he's that mother who's got a lot of love, who gives me a lot of power to know my truth. And then from there, he wants me to see all the other things which don't belong to me. Right? That is how. He wants me to really, really live with Baba in that. That's why he can say it is such a wonderful play. Your non-living worthy of worship form. That is your temples. You're seeing how souls are going there in their parts and performing those worship. But at the same time, you're also seeing your living form. So do you see you're that being who's carrying all these beautiful feelings and beautiful thoughts and beautiful emotions like I do? For my children, you have those same feelings within you. Do you know yourself as that one? Then he says, do you feel mercy? Mercy doesn't mean in religious manner. Mercy just means, do you really see the way I see those beings of light? Or are you seeing their parts and seeing their actions and seeing their words and seeing their thoughts and feelings and emotions? What are you seeing? First in yourself and then in the others. This is how much Baba really wants us to know our truth, because only when I know myself as equal to God is not a matter of arrogance. Because what I'm seeing is many souls here, even in this platform, it's actually turning into arrogance more than humility. Because they're not understanding it correctly. So it is going towards arrogance. So be very careful. Be very careful. Because if you're not careful, it's a very slippery slope in the sense that, oh, I'm like God. I don't need anybody. I can be independent. I don't need any Brahmin family. I don't need anybody to teach me. I'm learning directly from God. And this is what is also happening. Do you know that? So you have to be very careful. It is to be seen very clearly. We need Brahmin family till the end. We need Baba also, because some have really spoken to this one. Oh, I thought I don't want to be dependent on anything. So I just thought, and then they keep calling with their problems. I nowadays just ask one question. Are you continuously listening to Murli? And are you clearly, if you're interested in this kind of understanding, then are you listening to it every day? Then you speak to me. Or if you're interested in something else, make sure that you listen to them consistently. And then you talk to them. Whichever understanding makes sense to you, brings you close to God, take that one and make sure you stay consistent with it. And then you speak to them. And I'm sure they will be able to also help you. But don't go into this, oh, I don't need anybody. This is going into some another trap and something else, some direction only, some other place altogether. Gyan is understood in a completely different manner. Does that make sense? Because this is also happening and I'm seeing it. And now they are dilly-dallying. They are now falling off the cliff.
बाबा ने कहा था ना एक मुरली में, हवा ऐसी तूफान चलेगा जो पक्के पक्के भी ब्राह्मण जो ना वो गिर जाएंगे.
Yeah, yeah. And that is why it's very important. Brahmin family and Brahmin Sangathan is your protection. Baba has created this yagya for a reason. It's not just like that.
ब्राह्मण फैमिली से भी सर्टिफिकेट मिलना है हमें, तभी हम आगे बढ़ेंगे। बाबा से सर्टिफिकेट अपने आप से और ब्राह्मण फैमिली से भी 100% लेना है, तभी हम
You
आगे
need
बढ़ेंगे।
Brahmin family, you need Brahmin instruments,
100%.
everything you need. You can't say, oh, I'm independent. Baba has said I'm like God, so I don't need anybody now. I'm like, who taught you this? Who taught you this? What are you understanding? This is not what Baba is teaching us in the class here.
We're still trying to understand Baba's mind. Not fully understood. It's still just like lost. What, Baba? Baba, what do you mean by
No,
this
but the
one?
thing is, this is why it's so important. This yagya is the protection for our Brahmin soul. Don't belittle it.
If we have plenty of time, na, well, I don't know, I have at least at home. I am not working in India. I was working. If the soul behind the body behind this soul is having plenty of time, then I listen many times the same classes, many
Yeah.
times, so
Yeah,
many
yeah,
times, and then only everything new I am finding. Na?
yeah,
Every time something new.
yeah,
And very we cannot even think of how
yeah.
minutely the Baba is telling the knowledge through you instrument, how
Or
minutely
anybody for that matter. Yeah, yeah.
we cannot even think. Well, see the present, only one thing if we stick na, soul is present, not moment even, present. Then the whole past has finished, the whole future is finished, present is always with God only.
Yeah,
So lovely
ex-
the everything will go na.
yeah. And that is why Baba has, I personally have a lot of respect for Baba's yagya, because I find this is for a soul that is playing a Brahmin part, has to stay within these boundaries. It's very, very important, because these are the souls who have recognized God. If you think of, if you're taking Baba's knowledge in an ulta way, it's your loss. It's your loss. Yeah.
Regarding the classes, because if we keep on listening the classes again, because our mind is not that it's going to catch everything. Like just in a few classes before, I think you talked about controlling power. Somebody asks you and you give yourself your example, the control, and how does it mean to be a not going into any control from that point, like full allowance and
Yeah.
mm, allowing means that's actually the meaning of means controlling power, and it was
Divine
a
control.
big controlling power. So the sometimes mind also skips because it's working in a limited way, as we talk about sometimes.
Yeah.
But the soul is unlimited, so we just need to revise the things again and again, and then I think it
Yeah.
comes into our mind. And one thing, Didi, I would like to ask regarding this, Murli, like you said, what Baba is asking us, look into your original sanskars and do the sanskar milan, actually. So I just want to ask Didi, what are these original sanskars Baba is talking about physically, or it's talking about the soul level? And what's this sanskar milan like? How we
Yeah.
can do this sanskar milan thing?
So it is more like I, the being of light. First, I know my absolute truth, which is beyond all the sanskaras. And that is the truth of all the beings. Yeah. That is the truth of all the beings behind their dreams. Okay. But now, as once Baba has showed us the absolute truth of all the beings, now he's telling me, the being, look, child, you have these golden aged sanskaras, and you have these beautiful, worthy of worship sanskaras. Do you see them? Do you see that you, the being, can really, if you give your power to these sanskaras, They will come into play, but you are that powerhouse behind it. Without you, they are lifeless, child. So I'm only drawing attention to these two, or the Brahmin sanskaras, maybe the third different type of, or angelic, these four different types of sanskaras, and anadi, these five different types of sanskaras, I am shining light on for you, the absolute being, and I am allowing everything else to go into oblivion, so that they are not to be used right now. They are there within you. Understand them also. It's not like you're rejecting them or you are kind of denying them. No, if you deny, they will come up with greater intensity. Don't deny them. They will come with much more power in front of you. Yeah. So you're not denying them. You're not rejecting them. You understand them. So like, for example, if a feeling of anger comes, but first he's showing me these different 5 types, right? But let's say some feeling, an emotion of anger, frustration, irritation that comes up. Then he says, okay, first know, don't say I am angry. Just know I am aware of this feeling of anger. So first know you are that awareness, which is aware of all different types of experiences. Within you, there are all these different types of experiences. Now see, you are aware of this form of sanskara within you, right? You are aware. Huh? Now, when you are aware, you've already created a sense of separation from a place of power. You're aware of the depression also, let's say. We'll say take the highest form. Let's say it's depression only. One is I am depressed. Another is I am the one that is aware, the one that is absolute being that is aware of all the experiences within itself. Yeah? And that one that I am who is aware is not depression itself, but it's a sanskara within me which I'm aware of. So when I'm coming, then what is the nature of the one who is aware of it? What is the nature of that one? Pure acceptance, pure allowance. That one is not hating, disgusted by it, or disliking it, or rejecting it, or denying it. One thing is denying, which is very common, huh? Or trying to rationalize it, or trying to escape it. No, you're just pure allowance, knowing there is a feeling of depression. And yes, it has its own power. I'm not denying that at all. But I know from the absolute being of light that I am, within me, these energies are there. And I'm aware of this feeling of depression. But I'm not so interested in it because now Baba has showed me my absolute truth. Baba is not interested in that feeling. Now, is my interest a lot more in who is aware of it rather than what I am aware of? Where is my interest? You know, when someone falls in love, yeah? I mean, in this one's past life, when someone falls in love, right? And then when you fall in love, those things which really mattered to you, they don't matter to you anymore. Right? Like I mean, it was in this one's past life. Oh, it's like the moment you get engaged, all those things which were so important with my friends and with whatever it was. Oh, what this one thinks and what that one thinks, what my uncle said and what my cousins. Once it's like you fall in love in that sense, relatively speaking. Once you fall in love, all those things just feel so immaterial and unimportant. In one go, they are unimportant. Why? Because you found something more interesting. And what is this thing that more interesting is first yourself, before even Baba is. Because otherwise what I'm seeing is many are, oh Baba, Baba, to escape this and run away from all of this within themselves. I'm going to Baba. I'm sharing with Baba. Why is it not going? How long will it take? Then you're not even connected with Baba.
Because Didi, when we are doing self-checking, then there are some days, even some hours when turmoil is there. One can see that, of course, the mind is telling you this thing, mind wants to resist this thing. And that period is a very turmoil period. Like this is happening. I'm just sharing it with you.
Yeah.
Even in the weekend, there was something, and mind was telling something. Oh, this is right, this is wrong, because mind is giving some opinion itself. This is right, this is wrong, do this, don't. So I just kept on watching that kind of turmoil inside me and with Baba, like what's going on. Then after 2 days it subsided, and then I had a conversation with Baba. Baba said, today I am a dhobi, I am washing you like a washerman. Your whole thing, because I was feeling the mind is like going inside a washing
What
machine,
keeps
and
the
he,
mind alive is your interest in it. So somewhere something is too interested in the mind's turmoil. That's why it keeps going on and on. Whereas if it is keep going on and on, you can still be aware of who you are, who's aware of the turmoil, right? When we give the example of the screen and the images playing on it. The soul is the screen and the images playing on it is the mind. The screen can be aware of itself whilst the images are playing. It doesn't have to be turned off to know itself. So in the beginning, yes, we make you turn away from your thoughts because you're too interested right now in your images, right? But more and more you begin to understand that you are never changing. The images are constantly changing. And these images are the thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories, and fluctuations and whatever it may be, the changes that are constantly happening on the screen of the soul that you are, consciousness that you are. There's nothing wrong with the things constantly changing, turmoil and anything. Your interest is not there. Even if it's there for the rest of your life, you don't care. Not just 2 days, 5 days, 10 days, 1,000 days. It doesn't matter. You are more interested in you. And more you're interested in your truth of being that silent presence that you are, who's also, you are part of this experience also. You are pervading this experience also. This experience cannot exist without you. So it's not just depression. I'm also aware I am this being. Not only am I aware of it, but I'm feeling it. It is existing within me. It's made out of me. That is also the fact, no? It's made out of me, it exists within me, but it's not me. All experiences are made out of me, but they are not me. Experiences are, waves are in the ocean are made out of ocean. But ocean does not need that wave to be the ocean. Does that make sense?
that's right, Didi. Because sometimes we attach like I, me, my to that thought that this thing is me, this experience is me, and that's why the mind keeps on having so much
Yeah,
chaos
it's
and
not
turmoil.
me, but it's within me.
Me.
It is not me, but it's inside of me, this absolute silent awareness which is experiencing every moment. I am present. This is why I love this word, ever present being, because that ever present being is absolute peace, absolute love, absolute silence, absolute truth, which is present to every experience that is playing on the screen of the consciousness that I am. So there could be an experience of battle going on the screen. There could be a battle, there could be a tsunami, there could be a marriage, there could be a war, there could be peace, there could be party. Does it matter to the screen? It doesn't. So am I aware of myself as that being that can be aware of everything? And I know there are
But Didi, Didi, the screen is a non physical being, and when I say that everything is happening inside me, I all those things create certain emotions, certain feelings, certain experiences, and those experiences, emotion, feelings, uh, does have an impact on me, the one who's watching all this, or the one जिसके अंदर all these things are happening. So this is a fact. I mean, I have experience.
Is the me that you're talking about ever affected by these emotions and these feelings? Is the screen ever affected by the changing scenes on itself? Who is the one that is feeling I am affected?
Mind.
Personal mind.
Personal mind. It's just another thought that feels I am affected by these feelings and these emotions and these thoughts.
But they
The
look very real.
Yeah, because they feel very real. And that is the whole thing. The one that I'm aware of, am I more interested in that one, or am I aware of the contents within me?
But still, I'm aware. This is the feeling, but it's still feeling my feeling,
Yeah,
even though aware of it.
and I am feeling it. But am I that feeling?
No, am I not feeling, but I'm experienced it.
I have experienced many things. I have experienced Sato Pradhan Sanskars, I have experienced Rajo Pradhan Sanskars, I have experienced Tamo Pradhan Sanskars. Now I'm experiencing all of them at the same time. Have I changed?
No.
Where is my interest? In myself, the one who doesn't change, or is my interest in that which is constantly changing within me? What is feeling more real? And that is why, because these feelings feel more real, we don't say suppress them at all. Yes, because this is feeling more real. Mind can also make an intellectual rationalization of it. Oh, I am a soul and I am a container of it. And I'm the one who contains all these feelings within me. I'm the one whose mind can just speak like that also. So then it is like just,
Absolutely. Didi,
yeah,
I really relate to what you are saying. This is, intellectually, ये घुस रहा है, but this is not happening because all those experiences are real. All those real as in all those, there is such a strong pull. And the more I'm trying to resist and tell myself that this is not real, this is not real, they seems with such force they are coming.
yeah.
And
So that is why instead
yeah,
of saying these are not real, no, they feel real. I can feel them in my body also, in the sensations. But am I the body and this mind that feels real? Can the awareness be the mind and the body?
No.
Can you, the awareness, ever be the mind and the body? No. This is a kind of conversation the being, it's seeing, giving this to your mind, that can I ever be the mind and the body? Doesn't matter how real it feels. I know there was just this morning, there was this certain feeling that came up. And I just was sitting with Baba and I'm like, I can feel this sensation in my body. I'm speaking with you, but in that moment, I was just seeing it, observing it with Baba. Right? And I mean, this feeling feels very real. But somehow, somebody's mic is open. Yeah. But somehow, my interest in my own truth of being that soul which is beyond the body and the mind, maybe it is a little bit more, I don't know, but it is more like the interest is more in that. And I'm like gently just sitting and observing that my nature is total acceptance. I'm not speaking it mentally, because the soul knows its nature is total acceptance, and I cannot be the body and the mind. The body sensations are telling me a different story altogether. They're not telling me what my truth is. They're telling me totally different story based on what my mind is speaking. But I know, I the being, I am aware of these feelings. I am aware of these sensations. I, the one that I am aware, I am totally the one who contains. I know that Baba has told me within me all these sensations and sanskaras are existing. So I am seeing them within me. And I'm in no rush to get rid of them. And I was doing something in the middle of it, I would just sit. Because the moment I would see that sensation becoming very intense, I would let go of what I was doing and I would just sit. And I would just sit silently. And I can see the sensations of the body. Very, very intense. And I can see the mind also bringing the image of those souls concerned with that story my mind is saying. And I, the being, just I and Baba together, just observing. And I know this is the way I that Amitabh, that soul, that being, I am observing this Iqbal, this Rini made of bodily sensations and this feeling in the mind and these emotions and this feeling of why the mind is not liking what it is. It wants it to be something other than what it is. I can see all of this in my mind body experience completely with Baba. I'm in no rush to get rid of it. Just, okay, this is how I live, Iqbal. Okay, wonderful. And I'm seeing that my nature, Baba, and I'm seeing with Baba, my nature is, I can truly feel my nature is like your nature, and I'm not suffering this experience at all. I'm not suffering it because I can see it, that this is how this entire play of the person part is playing out. And then I started doing my work again because it kind of subsided for some time. And then after some time, it came back, but it came with lesser intensity this time. So again, I said, okay, you can be here for as long as you want. And I'm sitting with him. And again, I'm like seeing, it has come back to visit us. It's okay. We both are sitting. What is your truth? What are these feelings saying? It's like, it seems like this person, not even this person, in this case, this one only sees that these sensations and these thought stories just want to stay alive for some time longer. And is that okay, child? It's absolutely fine, Baba. I am in no rush to get rid of it. And then you're just seeing it. I'm seeing Iqbal playing. I know this is how the whole thing plays out. Now it becomes so clear from your own experience, it's nothing to do with the outside world.
So once this experience, when you were experiencing, the mind were speaking in this way, the way you are sharing with us.
No, I said I was
Or just
silently
like you were just silent with Baba, only holding the
silently
Baba's.
observing with Baba, and I could see my mind talking in a very friendly way, because see, at the end of the day, mind also wants to dissolve in the soul. Mind doesn't want it.
Mind, I'm sorry, what do you mean by mind dissolving?
Mind wants to dissolve in the source that
Oh,
you are.
okay.
Mind is not wanting to stay as a separate self. Mind also wants to be part of you. So I can see the serving mind also speaking like that. It wants to be free from the tyranny of the ego mind. Yeah? The pure mind wants to be free from the tyranny. So you can see that. And you can see, but you are just a silent observer. And you're seeing that this whole thing is playing in your body and mind. And I am in no rush. And I honestly now, personally, not even personally, I can say solely, maybe that's another word we can coin. I, the soul, can just say that living like this, I really live in no resistance to whatever the experience comes in my mind body. And as a result, I don't suffer my mind body experiences. But when you're living in resistance to your mind-body experiences, then you will constantly be living in resistance to what is, and that is the bondage, and that is your suffering. And I'm seeing how this person is dissolving without fight, without putting up a resistance, without anything. I can see how it really wants to be one with me. It doesn't want to live alone. It just wants to be one with me so that it doesn't have its separate identity of its own. It wants to serve me. Even this personal person wants to serve me, the soul. So I really kind of stopped judging. And I see, can Amitabh judge Iqbal? No, soul cannot judge Rini. It just cannot, because I know this body-mind experience is not me. That's why the whole meditation of 5 days was based on that. That really know that you've got to learn to live with these feelings if you really want them to dissolve in you. If you can't learn to live with your emotions, they will battle with you. Yes, Sister Indu.
Sister, one question. You also told one of the classes that the whole this body is made of 99.9%
Space.
of sensation, and that is
Space. Yeah, space. Yeah.
Space.
And 99.9% space is an element, right? Like between two thoughts, there's always some silence.
Okay,
Yeah,
that is space.
that is space, yeah. Yeah, but it's like cells and all, there is space element in it. All of it has space element in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then the thing is left, malab,
Yeah.
that is why light body Baba called angelic body
Energy. That is why we experience energies. And that is why we were breaking the body down to the level of energy and sensations. Yeah. Yeah.
Didi, Shanti, sixth element, why do we call soul the sixth element?
Sorry?
Why do we call soul the sixth element?
Soul is not an element. We never call soul the sixth element. Home is the sixth element.
Okay.
Yeah. But do you see how we are? It's just an example to show everybody is taking a little bit at a time, and then we need to re-listen and re-listen and re-listen, as Daljit was sharing also in the morning. Re-listen and re-listen, then you get the same thing out of the same class, 10 different things. Because first time you won't catch it. We have got too gross a mind to catch anything. But what does ego do? I've heard it. I know it all.
This is also the memorial, right? Like real Gita and the scripted Gita, and how Gita has so many interpretations these days.
Yeah.
So even Baba's Gyan, so many different interpretations.
So many different interpretations of Baba's Gyan. Very good. Yeah. And there's a reason for it, because it will be different souls will get attracted to different interpretations. Nobody's wrong.
And what works for each one?
What works for each one? Nobody's wrong. What works for each one? You take that.
When Brahma Baba is in the body, then Baba used to say that Gita ka Bhagwan is only one, myself, not even Shri Krishna. Na? Now, now everyone mostly say I'm hearing Har Murli, Asha Didi Murli and something. They are all bodily person came into Gita Gyan. Na? Matlab, we should not utter like this. Na? It is, we
It's
should
more
utter.
Baba's Gyan. Yeah, you're listening to
We should
Baba's Gyan.
utter like this. Shiv Baba, Nimit Rini sister class we enjoyed.
Shiv Baba.
Shiv Nimit, anyone else. Matlab, we are saying the Murli of Asha Didi I had, Murli of Sachin Bhai class. We are indulged in the body relations all. and not the real is
Jnanam
somewhere
Baba.
Sakshi.
Yeah,
He's sitting Sakshi over somewhere, and we forget, and we are indulged in classes and all that. The
yeah.
main thing
It has
we forget.
become more like a shopping mall. Yeah, which is fine. It has its own beauty because then each one can select which one works for them. Yeah. But then see what works for you and then stick with it.
But you are right, sister.
Shopping around.
We should
Sorry?
not forget Shiv Baba first. While saying to someone else, we
Whatever
should
it is,
Shiv
whatever
Baba, that
works for
the
you,
name.
Shiv Baba is the teacher.
Yes,
Wherever
mean Shiv.
you decide
Yes.
to be, you're right. Shiv Baba is the teacher. Absolutely.
Sister,
Yes.
जस्ट नाउ यू टोल्ड के जैसे दिमाग जो है ना थक गया है अब तो ये जो भी फीलिंग्स थॉट्स को देख देख के सुन सुन के आई एम टायर्ड ऑफ दैट। जब मैं बैठती हूँ अपने आप के साथ, मतलब अपने अपने स्व मतलब ओम, आई एम ओम, तो हैप्पी रिलीफ मिलता है, इतनी शांति मिलती है। तो फिर ये सब बातें जब जैसे आप अभी बता रहे थे तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है। तो फिर ये आई डोंट इंडल्ज इन ऑल द, मतलब बहुत कम होता जा रहा है जितना
Yeah,
जितना
absolutely.
बैठना शुरू करा है ना। तो ये सब कुछ इतना कम होता जा रहा है, क्यों मैं इसमें बैठूं? व्हाई शुड आई वेस्ट माय टाइम?
Absolutely.
लगता है
Absolutely.
कि I'm wasting my time। जो
Just sit
इतना
with yourself.
मिला है मुझे, ये जो कॉन्फ्लुएंस एज का टाइम है, ये फिर तो मिलेगा नहीं, पता नहीं कब शरीर छूट जाए। तो इसका मैं फालतू बातों में अगर मैं पड़ी रहूंगी तो मैं तो वेस्ट कर रही हूँ ना अपना टाइम।
बिल्कुल,
ये
absolutely.
फीलिंग जो अभी आपने ये पॉइंट बताया ना अभी थोड़ी देर पहले,
हाँ जी, हाँ
तो
जी.
बहुत मुझे अच्छा लगा वो।
Yeah. And that is why Baba is saying that know your truth. You are that Om, that silence being. Within you, there are many experiences momentarily appearing and disappearing, appearing and disappearing. Allow them to be. Your nature is to be total allowance. Your nature is constant peace, ever present peace. If I am ever present, that means I'm constantly peaceful. Then other those experiences that are coming within me, which may be sometimes peaceless, sometimes peaceful, how can that be me? Once I've understood me, my interest is in me, then I'm aware of all these changing scenes and changing images on the screen of me, the consciousness. I'm aware of these changing feelings, changing emotions, colorful thoughts, colorful feelings. That means somewhere I'm still interested in the images, which is fine in the beginning. That is why we always turn towards Baba or the self and turn away from thoughts so that we can know our true nature before and beyond our thoughts. Once I know my true nature before and beyond the thoughts, that I am that pure awareness, that pure knowing within which all of these things are taking place, then I once again, I also become, in that sense, I allow that waves of these different emotions and different feelings to merge back in me. You don't just stay like this, you also allow them to merge in you. Yeah? But at least first become at a distance. That is very important. Until you know yourself at a distance from you. And the way to know it is like, I am that awareness, aware of depression. But the I that is aware of depression is that one depressed. What is the nature of that one that is aware of depression? Are you interested in your nature? What is your nature?
Aware of everything, but not
Aware
involved with anything.
everything, aware of every experience. I'm aware of awesome experiences. I'm aware of awful experiences. I'm aware of mediocre experiences. I'm aware of higher and lower experiences. I am aware. But I am not those experiences, but those experiences are within me. They are made up of me. I am not made up of them. Right? This interest in yourself, this, once you're interested in yourself, interest in Baba is the natural consequence of it. Natural consequence. And then Baba and you are a perfect team. Because now you're not claiming anything as yours, so Baba can actually be with you all time, at all times, which Baba said later in the Murli. Looks like we won't have time today, but it looks like maybe in Hindi class tomorrow. But it's like Baba is really telling us in this Murli, I am combined with you. Even in Golden Age in this Murli, he said, I'm with you. Generally, he says, I'm not with you in Golden Age. But in this Murli, he says, I'm in Golden Age also with you in a merged way. But I'm with you. What does that mean? Soul and God can never be separated. Yeah. Which means that my true nature is not ever separate from me. I can never not be me. I can never not be peace. Doesn't matter how much that feelings and the emotions and the thoughts of the mind feel so real. At that time, don't go into knowledge. Please don't go into knowledge. Don't go into intellectual rationalization. I am this and I am that and I am this and I am that. No, first go towards your feeling. I am aware of this feeling. I'm aware of this sensation in the body that it's creating. Don't go towards knowledge. You're running away from your feelings and your experience of that moment. Be aware that I am aware, awareness that is aware of that experience. First, know it. It is there. Don't resist it. Don't fight it. Don't run away from it. Accept it fully. Know it. Be with it. Don't run away from it. What is, oh, let me meditate it away. If nothing else, let me just meditate it away. Let me sit in meditation so that it goes away. You're suppressing it. I'm awareness and I'm aware of this feeling. Then, of course, after that, go into your nature, knowing what it feels like in the body also. It's okay. It's not very comfortable, I understand. It's not very comfortable at all. I feel contraction. Is the soul contracted? Is the soul contracted? I'm feeling heart palpitation. Is the soul's heart palpitating?
No.
No. I'm feeling storm in my mind. Is the soul affected by that storm? The one who's aware of the storm, is that one affected by the storm? No.
No. It is perfect. No defect, no effect.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will say just, we'll end it here, but just see that who am I that is aware? Don't go straight away into knowledge. First, be aware of who you are and experience your body mind experience with complete love that comes from loving detachment, not indifference, but loving, benevolent detachment. Okay? All right. Then Gyan will follow you. Don't go straight into rational, oh, I'm not this, and this happened, and that happened, and okay, I am what Baba said to me, Murli ka point yaad karo. Because you don't like the feeling you have. That's just going to go deeper into your body. Okay? All right. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Baba.